Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Brown's Rod and Custom. If you're watching this, please hit the subscribe button. We would really appreciate it. It would help us out a lot. Stay tuned. We got a lot more for you in this episode. Thanks for watching.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Happy Saturday. It is April 12th. It's about 10:30 in the morning, just for record. And here we go again. So, I'm going to give you a better look at what we did yesterday, just so you guys can actually see that. I filmed it in the dark. Got the fuel supply line from the Air Dog. That's the blue line you see. That's hooked up. The fuel return line is this one here, going back, the silver one, all the way back, and terminates right here to the where the gas tank will be. Okay. The black line under that jumps over the frame here and down is your brake line. Goes from the front brakes, or from the distribution block that goes right about there on the other side on back, and terminates here. There. So that is all done. All of the wiring from the front where it plugs in to the cab, all the way down the frame, up, down, around, ran exactly as it was factory, all the way back here. And I need some more of these little clips, but you get the idea. It snaps in across here and done. So that got done. We also removed the exhaust from over here, but when we did it, I took the actual rubber isolators off and put them on here, the ones I had. This one there, the bracket hanging down, just prepping. This big cable you see here is an emergency brake cable that we need to replace because of that, right? So that's one of the things we got to replace. Another thing we got to replace is the brake line from right here, right there, to there, to the rear end distribution block, right? So this line is crap. I need a new one. Not a huge deal. Now that's what got done there. Also, clearly the rear suspension, rear end, leaves, airbags, everything got moved over. Now we have the bolts in them. We're going to try to find some better nuts. These are, you know, they're rough. How else to put that? But they would work for right here. And this one actually pretty much stripped off for right here, but we're going to get that figured out. Still need to bolt in our bump stops, and we need to bolt in our brackets for the airbags. Those will go kind of here.
The airbag takes place of the bump stop.
It takes place of the bump stop? Okay, so no bump stop brackets, just the airbag deal will go right here. And then all of this will get bolted on. That will happen today probably. Now I still have to go over this rear end, get it all cleaned up, get it poured with gloss black 415. I need to pull the calipers and caliper brackets, get them hanging, get them painted red. Rotors I'm leaving alone, brake pads I'm leaving alone for now. And the reason for that is there's a lot of things that need to be done and replaced and painted and touched. There's a lot of money that needs to go into this, and this is something we can do at any point. So that doesn't absolutely have to be done right now. It stops just fine. So we're just going to paint the calipers, put it back together, and down the road, in a month or two, we'll get to the brakes. But for now, it's all about getting this thing restored, replacing like these brake lines, right? I mean, that's the thing. That's a problem, right? That needs to be replaced. This emergency brake cable is a problem. That's something that just has to be done. But these things are not cheap, especially on heavy duty trucks. So that brake line, I believe, is almost $40, and the emergency brake cable is going to be closer to 100, if not a little more. So you start adding these things up. You go to get nuts here, being they're so big, if you can find them without ordering them, you know, you're probably talking a couple bucks a piece on just a couple nuts to put this thing together. So every nut and bolt that breaks becomes an expense pretty quick, right? So keep that in mind if you're going to do this and your frame's completely shit like that one. You know, there will be money spent on things that you probably weren't expecting to spend. Have some money sitting aside for that. So yeah, so basically where we're at, from the transfer case back, we're pretty much done, other than one bracket for the, we got one of them, the airbag. So this is the airbag bracket that we got to clean up, paint, and then put on over there. This one here, we're gonna probably have to cut the bolts off to get it off, but they were installed in 2004, so I mean, you know, kind of expect that. And then we got to get this back bumper deal here off. Other than that, one bracket in this bumper deal, everything's, none of this gets used all the way to here. Now here in a little bit, Ron's in the process already working on it. You can see that with the engine hoist here as a safety. We're going to pull the transfer case and then work towards getting the transmission off. That should be happening today, and working in a direction to getting the engine out probably tomorrow or the next day. That's the idea. And once that's out and all of this is in the garage, then we'll get on to front suspension and all of that and getting it all out over here, cleaned up, painted, blah blah blah. You get the idea. So lots to do. I'm not going to promise you anything today, but I am going to tell you the transfer case is definitely coming out, and the brackets for the airbags will definitely get taken off, painted, and installed, and get that done. And then I am definitely going to get into removing the calipers and starting to clean this up, in between helping Ron over here. You know, as he unbolts these things, we got to slide stuff off. Those are without a doubt two-guy job. So we'll be kind of banging this out as we go. We did decide, Pour 15 makes an engine enamel. We're going to paint the engine block, the diesel engine block, because it's all rusty and nasty. We're going to paint it black, gloss black. So we're going to clean all that up and get that done. So that's kind of exciting. But that's where we're at, boys. We're going to stop talking and start working and get her done. Stay tuned. I'll bring it all to you. As we start doing this, I promise you I will. It is very difficult to set up a camera out here at the moment and get, as we take things off, because there's no physical room, and every inch of space we end up using with jacks or whatever. So bear with me. I know I'm doing a lot of overviews, but if I actually put the camera here, right here, I'm gonna hit it. Getting that off, one of us is gonna be on this side and hit the camera, and it's gonna hit the ground. So just the way this kind of works at the moment. We just don't have enough physical room to do all of it. But bear with us, and we'll be back in a minute. Hey guys, I want to show you a couple things going on here. Right there, right next to you. There, follow my finger. Oh. So what we did, we got the transfer case off. That went really good. Now we're draining the tranny fluid just to try to keep from making any more of a mess inside the house. Out here, we probably have a lot of work to do, but transfer case is out. Came out no problem. And for those of you doing this at home, if you take a 2x12 by a foot and put it inside of one of these dollies and set this transfer case in, you can roll it anywhere you want. And it sits pretty good. Little something that worked out for us here a second ago. So we got that. So next, big run is going to get this tranny fluid out of here, and then we're going to pull this transmission. And that'll be the next thing you see. As far as big run. As far as I go, I am working on something kind of cool, which is right here. I'm working on the brakes. So I've went ahead and removed the line, you see here, from the caliper. Got it kind of tucked away, it went right here. Put the bolt back in, leaked out whatever brake fluid, knowing the lines are all disconnected. We're gonna have this anyway, so whatever. So what I'm doing now is popping the brake caliper off. I've got the top two bolts out and the line off. I'm gonna pull the caliper out and clean it up and get it ready for paint. I'm also gonna pull the caliper bracket if I can. See how hard that is. And I'll put them on my rack inside, you can see there. We'll get them painted up. They're going red, so stay tuned for that, boys. Hey guys, so tranny pan got pulled. I just thought I'd show you what the inside of a transmission looks like from the bottom. When you change your filter at a dealership, that's the filter there. Here's the pan they're dropping. That's the gasket that goes around it. You know, a lot of fluid. This one really needed to be changed, it's pretty dark. But she's got some trips on her for sure. So anywho's, I just wanted to show you that, guys. Thought you might find it interesting. So we're gonna put this pan back on now, and then we're gonna pull this transmission off and the torque converter out, and then it should be ready to head over to the transmission shop here soon. So stay tuned. And there we go. One brake caliper, boys. Leaked a little more fluid out. There's one. Jesus. Alright, so as you guys can see, not much left on the brake pads. That sucks. So, we might be addressing at least brake pads. We might be doing rear brakes, honestly, before it's all said and done. But for now, I'm gonna slide these out. Okay. Okay, get those off. Now the next step here is to take Big Daddy caliper bracket off, which could be a bastard. It's going to be these two here. Okay guys, I'm breaking these free with the breaker bar, and then we'll use the ratchet. Pop these off. Get all this painted up here today.
this off of here. Boom, caliper bracket. So those are the two things that we get painted red. The rest of this will get painted black. Put our bolts back in. Stab them in there. And then these keep right there. So there you go, boys. That's one side. Gets us down to this. It also gives us clearance for cleaning all of this up and using the Pour 15 on it, so we don't get it all over our brand new shiny red calipers. And yeah, so we're getting somewhere, boys. We'll get these on the rack, and then we'll leave this stuff sitting here, and then we'll come back and we'll go hit that side over there. Stay tuned. Big Ron's still working on the tranny over there. He got the pan back on. Now he's getting ready to start pulling bolts. So here we go. All right, guys, we're on the driver's side now. We're going to start by breaking these free. Maybe. So you've got three things you got to unhook on here, all right? One of them is this guy right here. Okay, that's your bottom caliper bolt. This holds your caliper to the caliper to the caliper bracket. This one had a bunch of junk on it. Get that out of there. Ron's working on the transmission. While I do this, I got the other side hanging on the painting rack already. And alright, so this here is your brake line. I'm letting the fluid drip out a little bit. Loosen it up a little more, get a little more juice. It will make a mess, 100%. Let that drain into there. We're gonna be bleeding brakes for days. It's okay though. We needed to put new fluid in it anyway and get all this out of there. Big Tony's here. What's up, Tony?
I thought you were going to paint that before you put it in.
Yeah. You know.
What, the rear end?
Yeah.
It's just too big, and so if we were just...
Still going to paint it, do all the things, but just here. It was a motherfucker to get it from there to here was just a nightmare. So
These brackets, this bracket came off. That one, I heated and it was just stripping out the. I think.
Welded on?
No. It's just that these were been in here since 2004. These are actually the bolts that hold the bump stop, you know.
Yeah.
So, but they're flared. So I'll have to pick up a couple of these for the other side because they have to be flat for the. See how they go in there?
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody's got them. Could be fun. But I did get this morning off. I was trying to be quiet out here. And I might try again with the heat. I don't know. But the problem is they're stripped. Now what I could do, because I don't really care, I could drill up in here because this is the old frame.
Oh, you want to come out like a normal caliper?
Huh?
What? That's not how your friend was. I'm talking to the brake caliper.
Oh,
It's okay.
all right.
It's not weird at all, I promise.
So now I'm figuring out a bracket to hoist the engine up so I can get the tranny out. And so, yeah.
That's exciting.
And it was everything we wanted just to get that over to there.
Shit.
We thought, fuck that. There's no way we're rolling that up there and fucking with it. We'll do it right here, you know? Put it on there where it's fucking safe.
Yeah.
Seemed like a good idea until we got it going. And it was everything we wanted.
Realized real quick we were stupid. And that wasn't gonna work. Morning!
Hey, slowly but surely, one piece at a time. Killing the driveway, but we're gonna paint these brackets. I gotta mark all that shit. I just didn't want to fire up.
So that one's they're all rusted up in there. You can't get them out.
I heated that son of a bitch for 10 minutes, and it's just stripped out to Allen. Once it's stripped out, I'm done. And I did the same to this side. It's crazy, and it was hard. It took me a long time, but I finally got it to move. Then I thought, oh, I got one. Maybe I can get the other. And
You thought wrong, grasshopper. That's not how this shit works.
the good thing is I'll get them out, and that's just 2 bolts. I'll find it. It's the same thread with a.
Pretty sure Roll King, or not Roll King, but Crowder's has those.
Yeah,
Almost positive.
I think so too. Somebody does, and if not, the internet does. You just got to know what thread size you are,
Trusty old internet.
and that would be easy because I know what thread size it is because they mount in. I've got them bolts, so I can go to Crowder's. And, okay, it's a fucking. I need 2 of them things, regular and metric, that are like at Crowder's. You can buy them for like $50. Mount them to the wall so we don't have to fucking run up there every time we can't figure out a hole. Some shit's metric on this shit, some ain't. I think I realized where that map went. It went right here. Pretty sure. We'll double check on the internet, but I'm pretty sure I've got to make a mount that'll piece of metal, an angle to come up, kind of a little offset, go back and up. And look at with these big bolts. Yeah. I think it went back. That's where I think. And I did figure out that, walk up here for a minute. I thought, how the hell do these work? They're solid, right?
Oh, there's rubber in the middle.
There's rubber in the middle. I didn't realize that. It's soft. So I'm just missing the bottom. So this guy on the internet has got it set to 380, but at least it'd be something. There's 8 of them. I can get them for $60. That'd be better than nothing. So I can.
Victory!
Huh?
Got it off.
You're amazing.
You know, tell my wife.
Yeah. So I can't adapt.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Well,
I
that
could
was
sell the ones off of this.
a lot of fun.
Put them on fucking easy, right? Then sell them and get my $60.
Okay, now we'll move on to the bracket, which be these 2 bolts. See if we can't just break them free with this. Find out real quick.
I've got a picture of it on the internet. Look it up.
I'm sandwiched.
And that other one's like a puck that picks up right there. And the bolt picks up the bolted in. Rubber. These were different style, but all in all, still everything will still work. And these are pretty good. These tops. So.
Jesus. Okay. Fine. Fine. It's fine.
Curious. I could put like this and hook the shape. I'm reaching.
There we go, boys. There we go. That's a good little bitch. Pop out the crusty pans. Literally nothing left of them. Nice. Yeah, it's a fucking miracle, this truck stop. Look at this, guys. That's what's left. Jesus. Well, only one thing to say about that. But did you die? No, we did not. We did not die, boys. Not today. A lot of work just to paint something red. But I think we need to probably invest in a set of rotors and pads for this rear at least, because I know earlier I said we were going to do them later, but there ain't no way in hell I'm putting that back on here. We won't make it around the block. Alright, brackets off. So, shove those back there. Okay, guys. So yeah, that's where we're at. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these in the house, and I'll bring it back to you when I start cleaning them up, and getting some paint on them. So stay tuned for that.
Not to be gorillas. You work the jack.
And I'll
Keep
put
that right there. You work the jack and keep your hand pushing in.
Yep.
You should be okay. That's done.
Once we wiggle it out a little bit, you ready? Okay. Torque converter in there?
Yep.
I'm going to go down. I'm going to go back and down. Ready?
Yep. Nice and slow. It's easy. We're good. We're good. Tranny's out. Cool. Now for our next track. It's going to be just sliding over this. And then if we have to, we'll jack the fuck up around.
Once we get the, I can get this, let me tilt it this way. You roll it under the jack keeps rolling. Okay, there we go.
That ain't gonna work, John. Okay, hit it. Stop. Just stop. Go back. Okay. So what we got to do is just slide over.
Okay. Let me go this way. Now slide it over. There we go.
Okay, guys, welcome back. Look what's on the floor. Transmission's out. You probably just watched that happen. Came out pretty easy. I'll give you some tips and stuff here in a little bit on how to get the torque converter bolts out. It's actually a lot easier than you'd think. There's transfer cases out, 48 RE trannies out, so it's now out and ready to go to get rebuilt. This is the bracketry and calipers for the rear. So caliper bracket, caliper, caliper bracket, caliper, airbag bracket, and then one of the brackets for the transfer cage slash transmission mount. So I've got them all. I went over them with one of these floppy paddles here. Made a huge mess, as you can see. Then I wiped everything down with lacquer thinner, blew it all out, taped everything up, and then I went over it with high heat primer. VHT flameproof primer is what I used. Maximum adhesion for all high heat applications, 1300 to 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. That should work. So, caliper brackets and calipers are going duplicolor caliper red, and the transmission mount and airbag mount, the one I have, is going with the gloss black roll bar chassis VHT. Really like that stuff. So everything's primed. This will get done probably tonight before I go anywhere. Now, something that is happening, we are in process of pulling the engine. As of right now, the only thing holding the engine in are the mounts. That's it. Everything else is unhooked. So we're going to pull this diesel here in a minute. Big Ron is working on getting this bolt off the starter. And then for the starter wiring, then the starter will be off. And yeah. Now, I haven't made a whole lot of progress on the rear. I've been helping him get all this off over here. Yeah, it's definitely a two-person job getting all this stuff out. It's heavy. But in the next couple days, we're going to pull these rotors on the rear. And we went up to O'Reilly's, got some paint and whatnot, and talked to them. And it's 30 bucks a piece to turn the rotors. So we're going to take them up there and see if they can turn them. If they can, great. If not, it's $169 each. But you get the brake pads for free, which are 60 bucks. So, you know, there's, yeah, you know. I'd rather turn them at this point. Now, we did purchase, looked up and purchased the brake line here. This one here. There, nope. This one here. That guy. That goes down. It includes this block. And it goes up to the yellow tape here. And connects to the main brake line going all the way to the front. So, that is sitting at O'Reilly's waiting on me. I've already paid for it. I just got to go get it. But we're going to get this engine out of here first. And so that should be a thing. We also went to our hardware store and got the correct nuts for the bolts for the leaf springs, where we had stripped ours out. They were just junk. So we got those. We also got new bolts to mount the caliper, not caliper, but the airbag brackets up into here. You can't use these bolts. This is what holds the bump stop. So you remove the bump stop, and then these bolts go away, and the new bolts that come with the airbag kit are an Allen head and they're flush. So we got 4 new ones of those because the ones that were there were junk. Got some other stuff, but really just trying to kind of dial in this back. Over the next couple days, you'll see me out here refurbishing all of the rear, getting the new brakes on it, and all the things. Really just dialing in the back, probably getting the gas tank in it, getting all the lines hooked up so that from right here, that way is done. Done. Put the cab on it, call it a day. And then we're just dealing with this. And while I say we'll be doing that, we'll also be probably taking off this front suspension and steering once the engine's out over the next few days, and doing that whole thing. And we got to clean it all up. We got to get it over here, get it up under here, get it all painted up, do all the things, go over it, find any issues and fix them. There's a lot. So, but we're making really good progress so far, I think, and yeah, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna stop talking, save my battery here, and I'm gonna put the camera on and we're gonna pull this engine, and I'm gonna have you guys watch that whole process. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up next.
Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you always come in the nick of time.
Before we're just totally stupid shit. Oh, there we go. All right, guys, we're gonna drink a beer. We'll be back. All right, guys. So here's what's gonna happen. I got two brackets here. Let me see if you can see me here. Okay. This bracket is a transmission mount bracket, one of them. This is one of the airbag brackets, okay? I need them to go gloss black. So we're gonna use VHT roll bar and chassis. I'm gonna shoot these, get these done, let them dry for a little bit, and then we're gonna move over here and we're gonna hit all these brake calipers and caliper brackets and stuff. We're gonna shoot them red. So, but I wanna get these to where they at least tack off so I can get them out of here. And then we'll go from there. I don't wanna mix color.
Okay guys, so what you see before you, caliper bracket, caliper, caliper, caliper bracket, okay? We're going to get these painted up here. Just where you can see it all like so. We're going red, duplicolor, red caliper paint. Stuff works really good, we like it. Used it on Ed's Miata, worked out great. So, why not? Oh boys, there you go. Calipers are red for the rear. Some of the rear bracketry and transmission bracketry is cleaned up, degrees painted. We went a long way today. We're gonna stop there. I'll be right back here in a minute.
Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so we're wrapping up our Saturday here. Had a really good day, as you guys saw. We got the drivetrain out, engine, transmission, transfer case, in reverse of that order. So transfer case, transmission, engine. Came out really good. Really no issues there. Very happy with that. Didn't break anything. Got, like you just saw, got the brake calipers off the rear. I'm gonna pick up some pads probably tomorrow. Brake pads for the rear, and we also picked up the brake hose that was broke in the back that goes down to the rear end, so that's fun. Just an astronomical amount of work, but it's really gonna start
I mean, it's already turned the corner, but it really is going to start looking like something here very soon. Let me show you this here. So this is what's left of the frame. So tomorrow we're going to unbolt the steering box, these arms here, raise the frame up, unbolt the what is that, torsion bar or whatever right there, track bar, and get this shock out of here, and then try to get this front on the rollers and slid under and underneath this, and probably clean some things up before we do it, like the coil springs and stuff. We'll probably go ahead and paint those because, you know, while I have a chance, but we'll clean some stuff up, get it painted, get it under here tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow we have all of this together, really, short of a drivetrain. So at least the suspension will be on the new frame. So that's the hope. We still got a lot of stuff to do, guys. There's a whole lot of stuff to do. We got work to do here, rust repair and bed lining and undercoating on the cab on the bottom. We've got rust repair and bed lining and whatnot on the bed itself. We've got to clean all these parts up. We still got parts we need to replace. We got parts we need to order. We got a whole plethora of things that need to happen to the engine. Transfer case is good, starter's good. Tranny's going out to get rebuilt. That's huge, stage 1. We're going to replace a bunch of things on this engine, just piping wise and things where it's rotted and just you can tell it's a point of failure soon, and just kind of get that dialed in and get this to where this is a nice, reliable, durable truck again that we can fully get in. Not that it'll never break, but that we can get in with pretty good confidence that 99.9% of the things on it probably aren't going to break and are better than they were new. And so that's where we're headed. And yeah, so anyway, guys, thanks for watching Brown's Rod and Custom. Really appreciate all of you. We hit 2,300 subscribers. That's amazing. I remember when I hit 500, I couldn't believe it. And then it was 1,000 and then 2,000 and now we're at 23 and climbing. So thank you so much. If you guys are watching this, please like and subscribe to the videos. We'd really appreciate it. You know, a bunch of you that are watching this and watch us on the daily aren't subscribed. It's free, guys. Hit that button for us. We would really, really appreciate it. I promise you I will bring you quality content that you will appreciate. I won't waste your time. So guys, have a great night. We'll be back tomorrow. Front suspension comes out tomorrow. Gets cleaned up under here tomorrow. That's the goal. And we're going to continue on the rear. Cleaning up the rear end, maybe get that painted and the leaf springs and all that and start putting the rear back together. So a whole lot's going to happen. So stay tuned for all of that. Here's one last look at our calipers and caliper brackets for the rear. Now I understand, a lot of you will say this, and I agree, you'll never see these, ever, on a dually. But I know they're there, and it matters to me and Ron, and we like it, and it's one of the things we one of our signature things we like to do to cars, and it's something everybody likes to do, for the most part, and, you know, we're doing it. So, anywho's, have a great night, guys. I'm going to go pick up Megan. We'll see you in the morning.